Hey, rich friends, it's your girl Cha Cha reporting live from The Money Mantra, and we are back with another Forex education video. I created this channel to help as many people as possible become independent and profitable traders within the foreign exchange market. So, if that's something that you're interested in, you're going to want to make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you like this video, leave a comment, but more importantly, share this video with somebody who you thinks that it will be helpful for. If you need more than just the videos and you're interested in personal mentorship to learn how to trade Forex, you can find my link for that down below in the description box. So in today's quick video, I'm going to be showing you guys one of my favorite binary options trading strategies. This is the strategy that I actually learned to trade options with. And I hope that by showing you how to set it up on your pocket option chart, you'll be able to use it and become profitable. So first and foremost, this strategy does have about 5 different indicators. But once you understand what they are and how they work together, you'll be able to use this to take your trades. So I'm not going to be going over all of the features like how to change your time, how to change your risk amount, and how to operate the buttons on the pass, because I do have other videos on that. But I will be showing you guys how to modify your indicators to have your chart look like this. And hopefully it's helpful. So at the top of our chart, we have 2 indicators, which are the parabolic SAR and the Bollinger Bands. What you want to do is click on your indicators tab, and you want to make sure that you add your Bollinger Bands and your parabolic SAR to your chart. You also want to click your stochastic oscillator, your RSI, and your awesome oscillator. Now, if you have any indicators that you really love, you can just click the star to the left of it, and they'll always be saved to your favorites. So the next thing we're going to do is go through the settings for each of these indicators so that your chart looks a little bit closer to mine. And then I want to explain what each of these indicators do. And we're going to take 1 or 2 trade examples to show you how to use this strategy to become profitable when trading options. So for the parabolic SAR, you actually don't have to change anything if you don't like, but I'll typically just change my color to purple, right? But that's just a personal preference. And then after you make any modifications to your SAR, you just want to click Save. The next indicator that appears at the top of your chart is the Bollinger Bands. And I'm not going to change anything on the input screen, but I am going to change the style. So these are the settings that you're going to want to copy when you're setting up your own chart. So the top line, you're going to change it to red. And you're also going to increase the pixels just so that the line is a little bit thicker. And the reason why we're changing this to red is because when candles typically hit a resistance, red is associated with selling. And we want to know that once the candles get close to that top line or touch that top line, we should be setting ourselves up for a sell. The next line you're going to want to change is the middle line. Now you can leave it at the standard color that it comes, but to make it more clearly visible to me, I just always change it to black. And then you want to change your bottom line to blue because blue is associated with buying and support when it comes to support and resistance. And we know that once the candles touch this blue line or start to push outside of this blue line, we know that we should be looking for buys. Now, the background just gives you a shaded background on the Bollinger Bands, and you can keep this or you can uncheck it. It's going to be completely up to you. But once you have all your settings, you're going to want to make sure that you click Save so that you don't lose your progress. Now, the next indicator that we're going to edit is the stochastic oscillator. And again, the most that we're doing is changing the colors so that reds are associated with sales and blues are associated with buys. So we're going to click the pencil to the right of it. You want to change your input from SMA, which is smooth moving average, to EMA, which is exponential moving average. And then when it comes to styles, you're going to want to change your 80% line, which is this top line we see here, to red. And you also want to change the pixels to 2, just so that the line's a little bit thicker. And then we're going to change our 20% line to blue. And then we're also going to increase the pixels. So once you've made these changes, you just want to click save. And your stochastic should look something like mine's. The next indicator that we're going to change is the RSI. So again, click the pencil. You want to keep the inputs the same. And you just want to change the style. You want to change your main line and your 50% line to black and keep them at 1 pixel. And you want to change your 70% line, which is this upper line right here, to red. And select 2 pixels. And again, that's going to be associated with selling. And then you want to change your 30% line to blue. And you also want to increase it to 2 pixels. So these are the settings you should have for your RSI. And now we're going to save it. Now for your awesome oscillator, you can either leave it green and red if you won't get confused, or you can simply click into the settings, click on styles, change your up to blue, and you're down to red, just so everything's consistent on the chart. And then we're going to click save. So your chart should look something like this. So pretty much before we get into actually taking the trade, I want to give you guys some keywords, or what I like to call the trading checklist, because there's certain words that will be associated with when the buyers are in control, and there's certain things you want to look for when the sellers are in control. So when the buyers are, let's see if we have a text tool here. No. So when the buyers are in control, right, these are the answers to the questions that I'm going to give you guys in a few minutes. The answers will be blue, over, above, higher. Blue, over, above, higher. The answers to your sell questions would be red, below, under, lower. Red, below, lower, under. So these are the questions that you're going to ask yourself. And depending on which side gets the most correct answers, that's going to help you determine whether you should take the trade for a buy or for a sell. So the first question is, what color, right? And we can do this as we go along. I'm just going to make a little tally mark here. If you guys have seen any of my previous trading videos, then you'll know that this is how it's the mental checklist that I make before I take any trades, especially when it comes to trading this style. So the first question, let's look at this current candle. What color is the current candle? And we can see that the current candle is red. And we know red is an answer that's associated with sellers. The second question you want to ask yourself is, are the candles above or below the parabolic SAR? Right? Because you'll notice that when the candles are above the SARs, you'll have more buying opportunities versus when the candle are below the SARs, you'll have more selling opportunities because the SARs are actually a trend indicator. And in this case, we can see that the candles are below the SAR. So we're going to go ahead and give another point to the sellers. The next question we want to ask ourselves is the stochastic oscillator facing up or down, right? Because up will be associated with the buyers and down will be associated with the sellers. Because when price is buying and the buyers are in control, the market is going up. And when the sellers are in control, the market is going down. So we got another point for the sellers. Same thing with the RSI. Is it facing down or is facing up? It's more so facing down. And then we can say, is our oscillator red or blue? And we can see is red. So for me, the buyers don't have any points or pull in this situation. So we have two options. We can get into this trade at market execution, which means we're just going to simply get in. We're not going to wait for it to revisit a higher entry point, right? And I'm going to wait. It's a new candle about to form. You always want to watch out for the time too, guys. That's just a tip. Because a new candle formed, we should probably ask ourselves these questions again. And it may seem a little tedious, but I want to know what I'm doing, right? When I'm getting in to make this money, I don't just want to be guessing. So again, what color is the current candle, right? Right now, the current candle is blue. The candle is below the SAR. The stochastic is still facing down. The RSI is starting to face up. The awesome oscillator is down. So this one's almost a tie, but the sellers still seem to have more control in the market than the buyers. So what we can do is take this trade for a sell, or we can just look at another market where it's actually more clear, right? Because if it doesn't make sense, you don't want to jump into the trade just for no reason. So we're going to look at CADJPY and see if we can get a more clear answer, right? So we have a blue candle above the SAR, stochastic facing up, RSI facing up. The awesome oscillator is red, right? So we have more buy confirmations than sell confirmations, right? So no matter which way you're going to take the trade, which direction, you always want to make sure that you set up your support and resistance. And it's as easy as you want to take a horizontal line. You want to put one at basically the current candle. You want to put one at the top. That's where you would sell. And you want to put one at the bottom. And that's where you will buy, right? So we can say that if it passes our green line, which is at about 615, if it gets to 615 or lower, which it is, we could potentially get in for a buy, right? So we just need to wait for the market to get to 615. We're going by these last three digits here. 615 or lower will give us an opportunity to buy. And it may seem like the market may never get there, but as you can see, it's coming down now, and we're going to see what happens. It's getting close, y'all, but no cigar. We don't want to rush it. We have our confirmations, and now we're just waiting for our entry point. Okay, there we go. All right. So we can see that I got into this trade. It was lower than the 615. I got into this trade at 602. The current market is at 569. And there's a 38-point difference between my entry and where the market currently is. Now, what I like about HFX is the market will be in and out of profit for the entire duration of the trade. But as long as the market is above my entry point, by the time our time runs out, we would make money in that trade, right? So we do have about 20 seconds left. The trade is currently out of profit, but anything can happen, and we're just going to pretty much wait and see what happens. All right, so that trade was a loss, but that's okay because trading is all about averages. You can't find an average just taking one trade. So we're going to reassess and we're going to do it again. So we can see that the current candle is blue. We can see that well, no, a new candle just formed. So let's take it from the top. We can see that the current candle is red. We can see that our candles are under the SAR. We can see that our stochastic is facing down, our RSI is facing down, and our oscillator is red. So we actually have 5 confirmations for a sell and none for a buy this time. So let's see what happens if we enter this trade for a sell. So I'm going to go ahead and click the sell button. As we can see, our entry point was 581. The market is currently at 564. We are 30 points in profit. Well, it's going to be changing. And we're currently in profit, right? So this market can go above our entry, but as long as it stays under for the duration of our time, and by the time it clears, then we will be able to see a profit of $19.20 in only 1 minute. So we have 20 seconds left in this trade. We're going to see what happens. And we're pretty much just going to do best 2 out of 3 today. So the first trade was a loss. The second trade is looking like we are going to make money and this trade is going to clear. And our third trade will let us know, is this strategy reliable, right? Is this strategy reliable or not? So our balance is going to go from 9,246 to 9,265. And as you guys can see here, we were able to make $19.20 in 1 minute, which is amazing, right? We used to have to work an hour to make $20, or some people never even made $20 an hour. However, when you're trading binary options, that's the joy of it. When it works, and that's amazing. So we're going to switch currency pairs for a second just to show you that this can work on any pair. And we're going to take our tally, right? What color is the current candle? It is red. The candles are above the SAR, right? So that's a confirmation for the buy. The stochastic is facing up. The RSI is facing up. And it looks like the oscillator is blue. So we should feel more comfortable to take this trade for a buy than for a sell. So we're going to go ahead and enter this trade. So you're going to see my balance go down first because that's what I'm putting into the trade. So my balance went from 9,265 to 9,255 because I put $10 into this trade. Now we do have 45 seconds left in this trade. Our entry price was at about 420, right? The current price of the market is at 430. So there's about a 4-point difference from where our entry point is to where the market currently is. So remember, when it comes to trading options, the market only needs to be 1 point above your entry in order for you to make money. So there is about 15 seconds left in this trade. We currently are in profit. Our balance should increase from 9,255, right? Just watch the balance here, guys, and see what happens. That's how we'll know if we cleared the trade or not. So as we can see, we secure another $19.20 in another 1 minute by simply just using our trading checklist and using our indicators to help us clear these trades. So that's all I really have for you guys today. I wanted to show you how to set up this strategy. I'll make another video going into each of these indicators in depth. However, if you want to learn traditional Forex, which is a little bit slower, but you want to be able to apply it to this, I do have a stochastic oscillator video, right? That's 5 minutes long. And I also have a Bollinger Bands video that's 5 minutes long. So you can really come in here and start to understand these indicators in depth. So I know I talked a lot and you may have to watch this video more than one time, but that's okay because once you get it, right? We just made $40 in 2 minutes, which is better than making it in hours. So that's all I have for you guys today. Until next time, rich friends.